scaffolding anyway.
Do you know someone called... Is it Lewis? It can't be. I think it is, though. Lewis Capaldi? Lewis Capaldi.
People brought him up at work twice today, but I didn't actually listen to the conversation. So why? What's he done?
He's just
video or something.
He's just a musician.
Yeah.
I think he got insulted at Glastonbury or something.
Oh right.
But his voice, I don't know how to put this. You sing well.
Okay.
But I remember a while ago not made fun. I just inquired and said that it wasn't really singing. But it's the noise. I said, I think I called it falsetto at first, and he said it wasn't falsetto. But it's the... Wait a minute, like that.
Like the gruffness.
Not even. It's like. Well, I wouldn't have done that. You know.
No. Like the wobble, the up and down.
Kind of
Vibrato.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's low vibrato, like deep vibrato or whatever.
Oh, God. I don't know.
But everything he said sounds like... But not like rock. Not like 90s rock.
Okay.
Just like... That's you, right?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I can't argue that.
You do sing. You sing very well. You sing way better than I do.
I'm not looking for a compliment. I'm looking to understand what's going on.
I'm just trying not to insult you in any way. But yeah, it was that. I can't put my finger on what it is. But yeah, it feels like that kind of thing. Like, you know, there's a thing about guitar, like, if you put reverb on it, everything sounds great.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think there are vocal versions of that. Not that you do specifically.
No. I understand.
But a lot of people kind of do.
Yeah.
And the big thing about him is that every song sounds exactly the same.
Okay.
Like exactly the same. And I was like, maybe it's maybe all singers are like that. Like all Samuel L. Jacksons act like Samuel L. Jackson. That's all Tom Hankses are all Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just how people are artistically.
Artistic.
So I thought,
not autistic.
Yeah, artistic.
Okay.
Yeah, there's only so many snakes on planes that any Samuel L. Jackson, any version of Samuel L.
These
Jackson.
motherfucking autistic snakes.
Stop being socially awkward. Stupid snakes.
They're lined up in order of colour.
Yeah. Have some chaos. Whatever.
Should I roll an intro?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's hot.
I can't do shit, but I know I want to. Maybe if we talk about it, I'll find shit to do. I got a brain somewhere and you got one too. Da-ba-da-da, something to be fucking do.
Right, take those the fuck off now.
Is it done?
Jesus Christ, it's hot.
Is the intro over?
Yeah, it's over.
Okay. It is so hot.
I haven't sweat this much standing still in a very long time. Like, I have to keep making sure I'm not bleeding, because it just feels foreign to me now.
Well, I think it's meant to be like 30s, like the lowest for today.
Yeah.
And then at points, apparently, it was 35. I don't know what these numbers mean, but this was definitely the hottest day I've remembered.
Yeah.
Ever
this
having.
This is like, we have been consecutively bitching about heat now, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. I mean, I solved all my heat issues years ago by buying a massive fan that's about that wide and that tall, and I just put my face in it. Yeah. And it's just blasting at me, and that's always been fine.
Great if you're not rolling sound.
yeah. But now, when I'm working with it, that just now blasts warm air.
Oh.
Which is just like, it's so hot that the fan has been defeated. That now I'm like, well, now what do I do? So now I just had to throw all my diabetes out the window and just have loads of like ice pops.
Well, just
the only thing I could do.
Just have ice.
That and twisters. No, it's not refreshing, is it?
Is it not?
No, you can't have ice. No, it's why you drink lemonade when it's hot. You're like, whatever it is. You know what I mean? You can't do that with ice.
Well, you can get those ice lolly makers that you just put juice in. You could just put water in.
Yeah.
So you could pretend it's an ice lolly.
Yeah.
Water and some like sweeteners.
No, I'd rather die young. That's my decision I came to. What was it last week? We recorded an extra episode last week for the future, but I mentioned that I'm quite ready to die well. And apparently I've now changed that to I'll die by ice lollies. So that's my honourable...
It's a good way to go.
Yeah, that's my way of getting into Valhalla.
Yeah.
It's just, how'd you die? Ice pops.
Yeah. I have had 2 ice creams today. And
Did you know Twisters were ice cream?
As in...
The ice lolly. Twisters.
They've got ice cream in them, yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I just thought it was weird stuff. Like it's got... I looked it up. I was like, what is a Twister? Right? It's vanilla ice cream and lime ice cream.
I didn't...
Maybe it's lime ice cream.
I thought the outside was like a
in it.
lolly kind of thing. They're fucking strange.
So the white strip, I think, is vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
And then it's got
like a
strawberry
vanilla
ice.
core.
It's got strawberry core.
Oh, is it?
Strawberry ice. And lime something and pineapple something.
Yeah.
Didn't realise. But they've been good and diabetic.
Yeah.
Unfriendly.
I'm
but
sure they've... Can you not get like sugar-free ice
I'm
lollies?
sure you could if you tried.
Or those like ice pops, the plastic things. It's just like a tube of colour.
I don't know. Maybe you could.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only thing that's been keeping me sane. As it starts to boil up, it's like, right, let's have 20 cheap ice lollies. It's like just to cool me down. But then they say drink hot drinks. You say have hot showers. People say drink hot drinks when it's hot.
Yeah, so like...
It's like I understand that there might be some science involved, but science never helped anybody.
The hot shower thing, I don't know if there's any science involved. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. The only thing is that if you have a hot shower, because your skin is now hot, when you get out of the shower, the house feels cool. Yeah. That's all. But I don't know if it makes you cooler or anything like that. It just makes things feel cooler.
But there's a whole thing about if you eat ice, your body heats up to digest the ice. So you get hotter over time.
Yeah, because your body has to maintain some kind of core.
It's just too hot. To the point where we were thinking of just recording it in a paddling pool.
Yeah.
And I was just like, when I typed it, I was like, I'm just joking. But no, it would be
then,
it would be good.
then like 5 minutes ago, it's just like,
It's
no,
just
I
like,
think
that
that's
sounds
achievable. Like we could probably do that. Because I don't know how many times I can do this.
No. And this is like 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
This is like, yeah.
This is horrific.
This isn't like midday.
No.
Fucking hell. Anyway, how are you?
Hot.
Yeah.
Sorry. Good.
Oh no,
Fine.
It was so hot I got here early by accident because my brain didn't function.
Just delirious.
Yeah. There was noises, screams and blood coming from my car and I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
And now I'm here and I was like, I'm an hour early for no reason. I don't have any recollection. The
Yeah.
heat just drove me here. I don't want to be in my house anymore.
Yeah.
So
This is the first time that I've actually I wasn't enjoying working at home because I have to work in here and it's fucking hot.
Oh yeah, you need to do that like
can't.
laptops.
Yeah, no, can't. I can't edit on a laptop. It's too, I don't know. Feels like
I mean, I can.
it feels like a kid's toy. And I don't understand how you do because, you have problems with like fucking Instagram.
Yeah, but laptops are bigger than phones, aren't they?
I like having a big display and all that shit.
Yeah. Just hold it further away. Further away is the bigger. The further away? Or is it closer? I can't remember. Perspectives.
Yeah. So take the screen off, strap
Chuck it in
that
a
to
river.
your face, and then just have the keyboard out there.
Yeah, virtual reality, that bastard.
Yeah.
Get one of those. That's going to be the way forward. Just strap more electronics to your face. Let's do this.
This won't cause cancer.
Yeah, like it's killing all the bees. Put it on my eyes. I want to be able to feel like I'm inside something. Okay. You're inside a chemo ward now. Hooray! Playing Snake. I think it'd be quite good.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some news.
Just do some fucking news. Let's get out of it.
Fucking hell.
We're so glad to be here, dear listeners.
Yeah. Well, it's still good, but it's just, it's not in this room.
I'm sure it's entertaining. Maybe.
Just slowly seeing us melt. It's all good. A Christian family that refuses to pay rates and taxes. Well, Christians refusing things.
Yeah.
They're always saying no. They think one person is 3 people.
Yeah.
Or 3 people is one person.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a thing about churches, like on a map? If it had a steeple, it had a certain sign on a map. But if it didn't have a steeple or a spire, then it had a different symbol on a map.
Oh, like whether it had a
tower? Yeah, it was like, is it a circle with a cross, or is it a cross, or is it a thing?
Yeah, I don't know. I failed geography.
All villages have churches, don't they? Because we're a Christian country. I think they're like you had to have a church. All churches had villages.
Yeah, well, every village was like a parish, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Or something. So they all had like
ran by a priest.
Even just like a tiny little chapel.
Yeah, like those ones in like Africa that are like just like a hut.
Yeah,
that people still flock to.
Yeah,
just holy land of any kind.
Yeah. To be fair, we're bitching about heat. I bet it's hotter over there.
Maybe it's not as hot in California. That's all I know.
Yeah. Oh really?
Yeah, it's 30 now today, and over there it's like 23.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what these numbers mean. Saunas are up to like, I think my sauna's like 70 or 80. The one at my gym.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know what that means.
But that's. No, it's not.
I think it's
centigrade.
Centigrade.
It's gotta be, yeah.
Because your oven's centigrade, isn't it? Don't talk about ovens.
Why?
Because it's making me warmer. Wasn't it you meant to put ice on your wrists? If you put handcuffs in a freezer, would that be more humane? No, because you get freezer burn. Yeah. Like if policemen carried portable fridges or freezers with their handcuffs in it. Yeah. They can cool down people.
Yeah, and you couldn't arrest any swimmers because the handcuffs would stick to them.
They'd sink. Handcuffing a swimmer. Clunk, clunk. Oh no. Anyway, Christians that are refusing to pay rates and taxes because it is against God's will have been ordered to pay $2.3 million. We don't pay taxes, it's not in the way of God. Well,
pay this,
you have to.
Fine.
Yeah.
Is that in the way of God?
Fanny Alida Biraput and Rembertus Cornelis Biraput.
Who the fuck are these people?
Australians. Apparently. It's in Tasmania, and I thought Tasmania was Africa, which I think it is. That Tanzania?
Tanzania, maybe. I don't know, but Tasmania's an island off Australia. I only know because of the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, no, I used to work with some people from the North African Tasmania, whatever it's called.
Tanzania.
Yeah, maybe it's Tanzania.
Tasmania's.
I don't know. We were all waiters in restaurants, and he was like, "Yeah, there's like this tiger's walking around." I was like, "Oh, Tasmania, right?" You went, "Yeah, sure." They had American accents, which is like that whole Swedish syndrome. I was like, "Why have you got American accents?" Oh, it's just what we learned it in. Like, okay. It's like most people who learn Mexican thinking it's Spanish, or they learn Spanish and thinking that Mexicans speak Spanish.
Yeah, but it's like it kind of sort of sounds the same, but it's like different.
It is. I can't remember whether Mexican is Portuguese. Yeah, but like Brazil is Portuguese.
It's like learning English when you actually want to speak Geordie.
Yeah, lower suicide rates
in Newcastle.
Wasn't that a thing? Oh my god, it's hot. Like call centres, just in case.
I can tell from here.
We don't want to put it on the headphones. There was something we covered ages ago about call centres hiring more Geordies. Yeah, because they were more putting people more at ease.
Because they do a better job at putting people at ease. Something about the accent that just pleases people and calms them down. So they put them on all the customer complaint lines.
Can't complain to a Geordie. Yeah, they'll just soothe you to being calm.
Kick your fucking head in. I'm calm.
So yeah, this pair, the Birapoots, who represented themselves, always good, always the best, always the right way to go.
Well, us and God.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Told the court they didn't need to pay $930,000 bill because everything they owned belonged to God.
Pay this God's bill. No,
it's God's. All right. Well, now you will. No. Well, yeah, because money. How money. And Australian law tax fell under the jurisdiction of the Bible. This law is. The Bible says no.
You know the Bible had a jurisdiction.
It was like one of those Better Call Saul adverts where it was just like part of the Bible that was just like, have you been involved in a baptism that wasn't your fault? Yeah. Was there baptisms in the Bible? Where did there must have been baptisms in the Bible, right?
Yeah.
They can't have just started doing baptisms without it being in the Bible.
Otherwise, how would you know what to do?
Yeah. They can't have just made it up after the Bible. So there has to be.
Yeah, because
If you're a Bible, write in. We need to know where the fuck baptisms came from.
Yeah, no, there's usually something in the holy text that talks about all these
Dip
things.
them in water.
Because otherwise, like, yeah, where do you get it
must
from?
be in the Bible.
Some just mental bloke one day was just like, yeah, put him in the bath. Like,
Yeah, they used to do it in lakes, but it must have
even
been
worse
done in
in
the
like
Bible.
the fucking Jewish religion if it's not written down, trying to
That's
convince
so-
all these people to cut their.
Yeah. Well, it's not in the Bible though. No, but I think you should. Oh, all right. Why?
Yeah.
God said so.
Yeah,
He also said you don't have to pay tax.
yeah,
Brilliant. They said we don't own anything because we don't own anything because we are his, in reference to God. They are God's. They are belonging to God. Fanny Beeraput. I'm not even saying this incorrect. I don't think I'm saying this incorrectly. Its first name is Fanny, and it's Beerepoot. Beeraput.
Yeah.
Beeraput. Maybe it's a different dialect.
yeah.
Told the court, Rembertus Beeraput said the law of the Almighty God was the supreme law of this land. On Wednesday, Associate Justice Stephen Holt disagreed. He told the pair there was no passage in the Bible that said, "Thou shalt not pay tax."
Yeah.
He goes on to say, I believe that it was genuine what they're doing. They're not trying to avoid tax. They're just mental. I believe you're genuinely doing this. You're not trying to avoid anything. So
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you think what you think,
Yeah.
but no.
Yeah.
So it's worth saying.
Yeah, but like, I believe they were genuinely trying to kill people in the Word of God. But yeah, so
you should
like,
stop it.
Yeah, but yeah, they meant well.
The Beeraput said they'd sent letters to the Prime Minister and to the Queen, arguing that Australian tax law was invalid and claimed the country was cursed by drought and infertility because it was turning away from God. So it was that whole thing.
Not because of basic geography.
I guess it makes sense that they'd write to the Queen because they're meant to be chosen by God as well.
What?
But the Prime Minister? They weren't chosen by God.
No.
They're chosen by just people and not everyone who supports the Christian whatever.
Well, yeah, in their views, the Prime Minister's chosen by heathens. Because
At least
we're
a
all
percentage.
turning away from... Yeah.
Yeah, at least a percentage of representative percentage
Yeah.
are not Christians, even if they're like other religions. Still no religions. They said, we rely on the blessings we receive from God, which we give to him and not to an outside entity such as the tax office. Yeah, don't give your blessings from God to the bank. Keep those.
Yeah.
Send them your money. God's not sending you money.
Yeah.
He hasn't got a standing order or a direct debit
Yeah.
to you of money. He might have it of blessings. And
Yeah.
help yourself to blessings.
Yeah.
Blessings, tax-free.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what it says in the Bible.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not pay taxes on blessings.
Yeah.
But money, yeah, go for it.
This is why they got no financial advisor. They tried to pay him in blessings. It's just, I can't take these.
Yeah, he kept sneezing, and eventually the blessed tax,
Yeah.
our blessed finances went through the roof. So, if anything, he owes us a couple of blessings.
Have you got change for 4 blessings?
I think
Yeah.
that's half a blessing. So that was Christians. That didn't really have a big punchline.
Have you got something
But it melted.
about penguins or like something in the Arctic? Something polar bears?
Oh, this is, I mean, kind of. And this is
A
kind
bit
of
less Australia.
less Australia. A cloud of flying ants that hit the south coast on Wednesday was so dense it could be seen from space.
Okay.
So there were astronauts looking at Earth, seeing it be consumed by ants.
Glad we're up here.
Not even bees. Bees, I imagine, have got more than ants, more bass.
Yeah.
And ants are, they feel like they shouldn't be flying in the first place. Apparently all the ants fly. I didn't realise this.
All of them?
I think so.
No.
No. This is God's land.
No, because
they all do.
they haven't all got wings.
No, but I think they get them.
You think they all grow wings? I thought it was just. I thought maybe it's just females.
Well, it goes in. This is based. My opinion there is based off what I read.
This will be a redaction or a scum
We'll see.
or something.
Ants aren't bees. The swarm of insects hit the counties of Hampshire. Oh, you
Cameras-
dead already?
Cameras died for the heat. Right. Flying ants.
Flying ants. Hang on. I need some more liquids.
This is chaos.
Christians, ants. It's fine. Flying ants. A cloud of them, in fact. Right. We'll assume we didn't lose that much, so we'll carry on.
All right.
The swarm of insects hit the counties of Hampshire, West Sussex and Dorset and were captured on the Met Office's radar. The weather was perfect for ants to move into nuptial flight phase of their reproduction, known as Flying Ant Day.
Yeah, it is just one day.
Apparently, it's virgin queen ants, when they're born, have wings, and they just fucking leg it out of there. And just everyone chases them. That's basically
Come
what
back.
it is.
We need you.
The queen! She's running away! As the queen sets off, she emits pheromones that attract the males. But when they follow her, she runs away even faster. And this is to make sure that only the strongest, fastest ants keep up with her, so that she gets the strongest ants.
Bitches, man.
Bitches be running! Because that's obviously what it is, you know. If a young virgin is running for their life, they just want the strongest people to catch up with.
That's
them.
what they want.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Your
my
eyes
eyes.
stinging.
Yeah. The process helps to make sure her offspring are as fit as they can be. A Met Office spokesman said the ants showed up on the image as showers of rain because the radar thinks the beams are hitting raindrops, not ants. So there's like a big giant space laser that they use to, I'm assuming, based on this, they fire into the earth.
Like we did with a magnifying glass when we were kids.
Yeah. And you go like, oh, look, it's raining. Or they're melting. I can't tell. It's liquid. It's fine.
Cold in space.
Space is beautifully cold. Crack open a window. So much better. Flying ants are mostly harmless to humans, but they do have a strange effect on seagulls who appear drunk after eating a few, which we've covered before. It may have seemed like it was actually raining ants because male ants who successfully mate lose their wings and fall to the ground.
Oh.
So they must be mating in mid-air.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess it's what they're flying about.
Yeah.
But don't they only... Isn't it like the queen just lays loads of eggs?
Yeah.
So what, do they all mate with the queen while she's running away?
Well, there's thousands of queens.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And then
They're
they all
going
go
on
off and make new nests.
Is that why like young people do gap years? They're just following people around the flying... Gap years is the flying ant for humankind. They're just flying around trying to fuck everything. There's thousands of queens around.
Yeah.
Thailand, quick. Wherever people go. Germany. Thailand was the big gap year one.
Yeah, Thailand.
Australia.
China, I think some people...
China.
Well, like the Asia kind of thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't China, was it? It was South Korea and Vietnam got quite big for some reason.
Never been, but
no,
most people tend to go there.
Yeah. South America. Mexico and like all that shit.
Peru.
Yeah. Argentina.
Brazil.
Just naming countries now.
We're just naming hot countries. It's great.
Yeah.
A flying ant day usually occurs when a spell of wet weather is followed by hot, humid weather. Although referred to as a day, the mating ritual can last for several weeks. By the end, billions of ants will have taken to the skies.
Just one really knackered ant. Yes. Yeah.
A week of running away.
Ugh.
Flying away.
They must rest.
Maybe, but she's being chased by billions of ants. So, as an incentive.
It's not one queen and billions of ants. It's like she can pretend to befriend other queens and then just shove them in the way as a distraction.
But they can't like fly over the sea, right?
I assume they can fly over the coast and that. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
You mean like cross to other countries?
They couldn't like.
I don't know. There are insects that do that.
Oh yeah, but not like to, I don't know, Brazil from here.
No. They can't.
There aren't many ants in Brazil.
Yeah.
At least not that have gone counterclockwise.
No.
Counterclockwise? West. No, you don't go counterclockwise around the Earth. That'd be going south. Counterclockwise.
Would it?
I think so. Has to be.
Why? Is that
You're
the way
going
the Earth spins?
Huh?
Counterclockwise would be dependent on the way that the Earth spins, wasn't it?
But I was thinking more of an atlas.
Counterclockwise.
A globe.
Around, right, okay.
If you went counterclockwise around a globe,
Yeah.
you'd only be going south and then north, wouldn't you?
No.
You wouldn't go left.
Yeah.
If you were going... Let's talk about this when we're not melting.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We'll talk about this later.
Oh, yeah. Feel good stories. Dunga.
Jingle.
Someone getting patched up.
Yeah.
A woman is...
Sorry, there's no music or anything, like, apart from the intro today, because neither of us wanted to wear headphones.
No.
So
We would die.
you're enjoying a very low production version of the show.
Maybe in the edit we can put the jingles in. But
Maybe you can. I've got to do it in here.
too hot. I've got lime green curtains
Yeah.
burning the place down. But anyway, a feel-good story.
Okay.
A woman has been charged with murder after allegedly decapitating her mother.
That feels good.
Allegedly. I mean, her head's off. But allegedly,
Allegedly.
I removed her head.
Yeah.
You did. Oh, yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly. I don't think you know what that means.
As her 4-year-old relative looked on. So there's like a 4-year-old in the room, and a woman just decapitated her mother. Police did not confirm the nature of the mother's injuries, decapitated, but Australian media reported she'd been beheaded during the incident in Australian city of Sydney. Australia again. Flying ants.
It's
Was
the heat,
flying
man.
ants
It
in
makes
Australia?
people crazy.
No, that was Christians. Yeah, it was the Christians not wanting to pay tax.
Yeah.
That was Australia.
Yeah.
And now, they're also decapitating people. Detective Superintendent Brett McFadden. That name rings bells. I don't know why. Maybe he's done something else incredible that we've covered.
There's Brian McFadden. He's a terrible Irish singer.
Oh, never heard of him.
Who's in Westlife.
Oh. Was that Australia? No.
No.
Hot. Described the attack as up there with one of the most significant, most horrific scenes police have had to deal with.
It's up there.
Adding that the injuries to the victim were extensive.
Oh, yeah.
Beheaded? Like, is beheading an injury? I don't think so. I think it's like a fatal flaw. You can't be injured if you're beheaded.
Yeah.
Oh, he's... Put some milk and magnesia on that. You know what I mean? Don't put a cast on it. You've got no head. It's not an injury.
Yeah. So in wrestling,
tragedy.
when they get cut open, in order to carry on with the match, the quickest way to do it is to glue the wound back together.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's a thing you can do with someone's neck and a head.
Some PVA glue.
Got a yoo-hoo.
Got scotch tape.
Yeah.
He said police understood there had been an argument. Oh, we understand. I mean, there was an argument between the woman and her mother, named in Australian media as Rita Camilleri, 57, that had become violent. Neighbours called the police and the mother's body was found in the home with multiple injuries. We don't care about the rest of her head's off. I don't care if she's got some bruising.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to sound insensitive.
No, to be fair, the rest of it doesn't really matter.
No, you've lost your head.
Like,
it's gone.
once you've charged someone for murder, do you also charge them for assault on the same person?
If you get beheaded, do you still have a neck?
It depends where they...
Depends.
Well, it depends how far down the...
Well, you've still got shoulders.
Yeah.
Granted. You've still got a head.
It would
just
have
not
to-
with you right now.
It would have to be a very, very precise person that takes off your entire neck with your head. I think. Like, otherwise, it's probably going to be like part way up.
I wonder where your neck starts. Like, if, say, it was cut off all the way around the shoulder blades, right?
Yeah.
So that was, like, fine.
Yeah.
Would that part in the middle be your neck?
We would now.
It wouldn't be your chest. It wouldn't be your shoulders. Yeah. Maybe your neck starts in, like, your lungs. Your spine is where your neck is.
Yeah.
In that bit, anyway. So, yeah, I guess it would depend on your spine.
Yeah. Okay. But there are people who don't have a neck. I've seen those.
You've seen them?
Yeah, it's
People without a neck?
some kind of deformity or disability or something where they're
No
just
neck.
Yeah. Like the head is just there is nothing there. There's nothing below the head. It's just straight into their shoulders.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, where is the neck? Because you can have like a low head or a high chest.
Well, I assume they're like missing vertebrae, which would have made up the
like
neck.
L5.
Yeah, all the L's.
Yeah,
L and
L's probably lower, isn't it?
I don't know.
U. There you go. Science. The daughter was arrested outside the home of a neighbour, and the 4-year-old boy was taken to hospital with what police call was a minor head injury. Well, after seeing a decapitation,
Yeah.
if you're not decapitated, it's minor.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, you've got a head. You're fine. It's only a minor injury, and he's since been released. So that's good. In other feel-good stories, a woman has reportedly had her leg crushed by a moving escalator.
These don't feel good.
No, is it a different context when we're boiling alive?
Yeah.
Just not in the mood for misery.
Crushed in an escalator.
Just like, oh, that would be warm, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's engines in there. It's going to be emitting heat. You're going to get hotter. If someone froze to death, you'd be like, I think, yeah, that actually feels better, doesn't it? You're like, oh, you froze to death.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
I'd rather freeze to death than like be burnt to death.
But you'd rather be hot than cold, right? Do I remember that right?
No.
No, you hate being cold and you hate being hot.
I'm uncomfortable either way, but I'd rather be cold than hot. You can get away from the cold.
Like an ant, like a flying ant.
Yeah.
Flying virgin ant.
Yeah.
Can get away from most ants.
You can get away from the cold. When it's hot like this, you kind of stuck. Unless you've got aircon. You have to pay to get away from the cold.
Yeah, we have to pay for clothes.
From the hot, sorry.
You have to pay for clothes to get away from the cold.
Only once, though. It's not like an ongoing charge.
I guess so.
Well, I mean, once you're fully grown.
Because you might grow out your clothes. Just get a big carpet. Just wrap yourself in that.
Like the mafia.
Efficiency. Yeah, they sleep with fish. Sorry, this woman who got crushed by an escalator. There's so much of it.
Well, just concentrate on the,
Right. Basically,
important bits.
What a prick. She just stepped on an escalator, and it just fell through it, and then firefighters had to come along and cut her leg off.
Jesus Christ! So what? It was a fault with the thing.
Well, this is the twist.
What a twist!
Yeah, what a twist. The relative said a number of steps had given way, causing the victim to tumble into cogs beneath.
Wow.
They added that she tried to climb out, but had nothing to step on, which local media said happened on Sunday.
Ugh.
Other eyewitnesses said the woman had attempted to use the steps while workmen were doing repairs.
Okay.
So it was barricaded.
Oh,
and
so
she got on it.
So maybe she's a moron.
Maybe, but like, what kind of repairs? I mean, if she stepped on it and fell through it.
Yeah.
I mean, thinking about it, maybe it's not probably on like a belt system, and maybe the belt was uncooked, so she stepped on it and fell through it because it wasn't connected.
Yeah.
The same way that you would like fall through the earth. If
it wasn't
if you didn't
connected.
pay all your blessings to God.
Yeah.
And you just fall through the earth.
You just fell off the planet.
Like a trampoline. You'd fall through a trampoline if it wasn't all hooked up.
Yeah.
So I thought immediately when I first read it, I thought the metal just gave way and it broke.
Yeah.
So that's a weird repair request.
Yeah.
It's all fucked. And then she stepped on it anyway. But yeah, if something's under construction and you fuck off over it, then you lose your leg. It's kind of your own fault, isn't it?
Yeah.
The step broke as soon as she stepped on it. So yeah, it could have been off or whatever.
Yeah. So it seems like it's loose at least. It's been. What's up?
I'm just seeing what time it is. 34.
Yeah.
You fucking kidding me?
We can go to. How long do you want to go?
Go to an ad break. No, we're fine.
Bees.
No, I'm running out of notes because I'm burning through them because it's so hot.
Yeah.
This is quite good though. Audience participation. Hey,
oh, okay.
Hooray. A 6-year-old man died from a snake bite in Gujarat's Mahisagar district, but not before he bit the snake back and killed it.
Decent. How old was he?
60.
60.
He got bit by a snake.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Bit him. Snake died and then he died. Well, at least he brought balance to the
Enacted
world.
vengeance as his last act.
The incident happened on Saturday afternoon in Ajanwa village in Santrampur Tehsil, said the head of the village. The head of the village. The head, coincidentally belonging to a woman in Australia who was recently decapitated by her daughter, over 120 kilometres from Gujarat's Vadodara. Jesus Christ. Parvat Galabaria was standing near a spot where maize was being loaded from a field. Put that maize from that field in that truck. People trapped inside. A snake slithered out, and while others ran away, he continued to stand, claiming that he had caught snakes earlier. Well, I caught some earlier today, actually. Ow!
Well, you didn't catch this one? Yeah.
He grabbed the snake, which retaliated by biting him on the hands and face. However, Parvat bit back and killed the snake as well. He was rushed to hospital and then to a bigger facility, but died later in the day from venom injected to him by the snake. Ajanwa police have registered a case. Against who? Him?
Yeah.
Or the snake is suing you under the blessings of God. This is God's country. God took away my leg so I couldn't fight back.
Have you watched that video, what venom does to blood?
No.
It's fucking grim, man. So there's a guy with a beaker full of blood.
Walking around trying to find a snake.
And he's got like a syringe of venom, and you watch him and he squeezes one drop of this venom out and just starts swirling the blood around, and it just goes solid. And he tips it into this bowl and it's just like thunk. That's what it does.
Well, like different ones, isn't it? There's one that's like taking Viagra. I think there's a spider that bites you and works by thinning your blood.
Okay.
So, and that isn't
makes you like
Viagra
bleed
does.
out your eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just
The
slowly
Ebola
Viagra
spider.
to death. So yeah, I guess it makes sense that there'll be a couple of different variations. But yeah, it's just it's weird to see. Just be like, oh, that looks
just solidifies your blood, so your heart's just like just trying to force it round.
Yeah, and just slowly stopping moving.
Yeah.
Pretty brutal.
Yeah.
In other news, this was the last one. Because, I thought it was a whole big thing because I saw a lot of people talking about it. And then when I was looking for the original article, it's only on like the fringe sites.
Okay.
People are talking about this. So I don't know whether people are... Things like The Guardian or whatever, or the BBC aren't really covering it. So I don't know whether it's because it's so pointless now, or people just don't want to touch it because it might cause controversy.
Oh.
But there was a thing in Vancouver. Human Rights Tribunal hearing devolved into repeated outbursts and name-calling this week as it considered a transgender woman's complaint that a home-based salon discriminated against her by denying her a Brazilian wax.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
I saw this everywhere. And I was just looking up, and it was like, what, it's like 3?
It hasn't really been touched by mainstream places.
Yeah. And you gotta either maybe people just... One, it's kind of a boring story, because you just kind of go, well, this person's just insane.
Yeah.
Like, they're not being transphobic, but a business can deny, who they want to serve.
Yeah.
Or what services they want to provide.
Yeah. Well, this was the same thing with the gay wedding cake thing.
Yeah.
Except now it's a woman trying to force people to shave her balls.
Yeah. And they just go like, well, if you take out all of the inflammatory, the sensitive subjects of the confusing grey areas of gender normatives and whatever.
Yeah.
You just go, well, if they don't offer scrotal waxes, don't go to them for a scrotal wax.
One of them on the trial even said, like, it's a different thing. You need different waxes because the skin is much more delicate than the areas that we usually do, and we don't have the expertise. Another one said, like, I don't want to for religious purposes, and it would make my husband uncomfortable, which I think is perfectly reasonable.
But yeah, it's just, again, the defendant or whatever, the person wanting the wax was being exceptionally aggressive with their terminology in terms of like you're being transphobic. You have, I think,
she is a known cunt.
Their quote was, "You cannot choose who your clientele is going to be."
Yes, you can.
And it's just that one statement. You go, yeah, all businesses do that.
Yeah,
like all businesses, all their clientele are people with money.
Yeah,
all businesses, they choose that.
Yeah.
They don't choose people without money,
and they have the right to turn anyone away.
Yeah, and then it's the same thing as the gay cake issue, which was
you don't have to agree with it.
Well, yeah, it wasn't.
You can't take away their right to do it.
It wasn't that the business was refusing to sell them products.
No,
he was refusing
to
make a specific cake.
He was refusing on religious grounds to make them a cake for their gay wedding.
Yeah,
they said, look, we've got all of these ones that you can choose from off the shelf and everything like that. We're happy to give you one of those, but for my own religious reasons, I can't support this. Yeah, basically.
Well, and it's just the same way that you can't buy a penis cake from any bakery, like you get for like Hindus and stuff. You can't buy erotic cakes. You can't force Greggs to make you an erotic baguette.
No,
you can't say that. And they go, well, no, we don't do that. Yeah, but you make erotic donuts. Coincidentally,
yeah,
just all donuts are a little bit erotic. We can't help them. It's not that they were refusing service to those people. It's that they were refusing to creatively manufacture something that they didn't want to creatively manufacture.
Yeah.
And it happened to be politically charged.
Yeah.
And it's just the same here. Yeah. It's just that, it's not, it's people mistaking transphobia or homophobia with, no, they just don't want to do what you ask.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're not doing it because they're homophobic.
Yeah.
And you go, maybe they are, maybe they hold homophobic beliefs, but they are not enacting or being homophobic in any way.
Yeah, no.
They're just doing something that you think that they should and they're not.
It's just fucking stupid. Like, firstly...
It's like saying someone's a racist because they won't give blood. You're like, why won't you give blood? Well, I just, I haven't got the time. Like, racist.
What have you got against red people?
Yeah. So you know that millions of insert race here die from lack of blood, and you're not doing it, so you're racist. Like, no, I just don't have time for blood.
I don't want to shave this person's balls. Yeah. Why is that unreasonable?
Well, it's not even that. It's the same thing I was saying about surgeons. Like, you can't just go to a surgeon and ask them to do a surgery and then they have to do it. The same way that you can't go to I've gone to like massage places, and like I've said before, I'm quite a difficult massage client just because I'm big, I'm hairy, and I require strong massage.
Yeah.
Because I'm just broken. And they're like, well, if they don't offer that service, I don't sue them.
No.
You just go like, no, you don't have this service. Okay, I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it's, well, why not go somewhere else? It's just a weird thing. People just don't like being. People don't like the feeling of they might be being judged.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no.
It's opportunistic as well, though, because they approached at least one of the people that sued them. They approached them and. As though they were a biological woman, sent them fake pictures of like themselves,
right.
Like as posing as something as someone else, until it came round to her actually kind of showing up. I mean, like, oh,
well, again, and the same thing. Like if I went to a hairdresser's,
deceitful.
I went to a hairdresser's and I sent them pictures of someone with hair.
Yeah,
and was like, "Give me a bowl cut," and I turned up, so I wouldn't give me a bowl cut. So,
yeah,
because you haven't got the hair to do it with. You haven't
got any hair.
Yeah, it's not a hate thing.
No,
it's just it's just why you.
It's a free fucking choice thing. It's not even a discrimination thing. It's everyone has a right to choose everything. If I don't want to make a video for someone, I won't make it for them.
Yeah.
Full stop.
It's just the weird. I think it's just a shortcut to get into media highlight of some kind.
Yeah.
But this person was especially aggressive, I think.
Known cunt.
Throughout the whole thing.
Absolute known cunt. Like she's
not done other things before.
There's like all of these messages have come out of all these horrific things that she's sent to people and said to people on the internet, and like that have just made far too many women uncomfortable. And it's like just opportunistic, and it's like 4 or 5 different people that she's taken to court over this, or something like that.
Who's got the time, man?
Someone who just wants the fucking attention and the money.
See, I can understand the principle of. I've always been strong on the principle of something. Like I was jumped when I was like 16, 17, 18. One of those years.
Yeah.
Me and a mate got jumped by I think 12 people twice.
Yeah.
Like we were in a cafe having lunch near the school, and I can't even remember what it was about. But I wasn't even a prick. The thing about me at school, mainly with not illegitimate people, but like people who were aggressive, was I was big and I didn't really care, and I had a false sense of security, because if you exude confidence, it's kind of fine. Like I got an organised fight once, but I talked about before, and it was like after school this Friday, and I was like, yeah, so let's talk to big game, and then I got there and was just like, I sparred as he punched me in the face.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not a fighter. I was just like, wow, that would have been good. Bang. Just exude confidence. It's like, yeah, I don't care. It's fine. So like aggressive people didn't like me because I didn't react the way they wanted me to. And I was in this cafe, and I was walking to the till, and they put out a leg to trip me up, and I just walked on their leg. I was like, oh, what was that? And then they jumped us outside, and then jumped us outside again as we crossed the road. Yeah. I threw someone into a bollard. I think I've told this story before. Anyway, I called the police. We made a report about it, and my mate dropped out because he didn't want to have the extra things to do, which included going to the police station and making a statement, and that was it. During A-levels or whatever it was. Right. And the case got dropped because I didn't sustain enough injury, because I just didn't. Because then I got hit in the head a lot, but I was like, oh, me fine. I just used arnica cream. Yeah. And I was fine. But yeah, so I can understand like spending the extra effort to stand up for what you believe in, or to go through with something if a wrong has been done to you. But to think that all of these people are doing wrongs to you, just stop seeing people. If every time you see people, they're going to do something horrific to you, that you think is horrific. Yeah. I wouldn't put myself in those situations anymore.
Yeah. It's just everybody thinks they're fucking Rosa Parks now. Like
there is that.
They're fighting this big machine that absolutely doesn't exist.
Yeah, I mean, we were having a conversation before the podcast recorded about how easy it is. How you have a conversation with some people who really get the wrong end of a stick, and they suddenly believe that there's this big thing happen. They miss the point of say I made a joke. There's some people who would react to it by saying I was talking about something completely different. Yeah. Say I made a joke about cake. They'd be like, oh, so what, JF Kennedy just wasn't assassinated? Is that what you're saying? It's like, no. No. And so all these people who think they're Rosa Parks, they're trying to find something unique to say. They'll just grab onto anything. Yeah. Crazy. And you're like, yeah, okay. All right. Fine. Yeah. They're transphobic because they don't have the equipment to do what you need. Or, I mean, why give them more publicity? Why give them more... I understand that it might be dehumanizing to be refused from somewhere because of how you identify. I mean, I've had similar experiences, not to those extremes.
And this isn't a popular thing to say, but that is on you. You are responsible for yourself and your feelings.
Society will view you in ways that you don't like. Everybody. Yeah. Many times.
You have to learn to deal with that.
Yeah, and it's just learning that the world is a horrible place, and you have to learn to defend yourself against it.
It's not that if something's bad, it won't get better or it won't change. If there's a real injustice, generally they tend to right themselves over time. Yeah. Once more people kind of like are brought round to it, but
was that whole thing a while ago about air conditioning is sexist?
What?
Did you hear about that?
No.
There was a whole thing relatively recently. Where air conditioning is sexist because women get colder than men. Yeah. In offices.
Yeah, when it's
because the temperature is set lower. Yeah. Because men need it to be lower, and they're saying that it's sexism. You're like, maybe it's not sexism. It's not. Maybe it's air conditioning. Yeah. Maybe it's like, women have to wear coats inside, or they have to wear jackets and stuff. Okay. Oh, like the men are wearing. Or whatever. There's so many different factors that it could be. Well, you go like, is it sexism? You have a choice.
Either you put a coat on, or I take my shirt off. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah, or just like, it just seems like a weird angle to go that this is sexist. It's like, I don't think it's... As unfortunate as it may sound, I think these people need to experience hate crime. And that's the only... Don't wish it upon anybody. Yeah. But if you're claiming that you're the victim of a hate crime,
It's about time you experience some.
Just accept and understand the weight of your accusation.
Yeah.
The reality of what you're talking about.
These people don't understand.
They're victims of hate crimes. This air conditioning is filled with hate.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
They don't understand what discrimination is. They don't understand what hate is. They just don't. They don't get it. They've never experienced it.
I think that's a valid point. I said it as a joke. I mean it now. No, I think no, but like stuff like transphobia and homophobia, those are hate crimes. So therefore, the energy behind them must be filled with hate. It's not like allergic reactions where you'll have an allergic reaction even in a mild environment. But yeah, to commit a hate crime, you feel like you can't start saying that there's weaker hate crimes. I mean, there are. I guess I'm saying that. But yeah, stuff like, is air conditioning sexist? You're saying that air conditioning is a hate crime.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
No.
Hate crimes. Anyway, now that the hate
crime's out of the way.
Now that we've said that everyone deserves to be a victim of a hate crime.
Yeah.
And we'll take that out of context. Even in context, I'm not sure how well it worked. Air conditioning can't be a hate crime. That's my point.
No.
It can be, judgment. It can't even be judgmental.
It can't be anything.
Yeah.
It can be at an uncomfortable level for you as an individual.
This is soaked with sweat. Anyway, other than news and hate crimes, we're doing Minute Month. And we're in the middle of Minute Month.
Is that what we haven't called it anything, have we?
No,
we
Minute
don't
Month
need to.
sounds work.
Yeah, that's
sounds
fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Minute a Month or Minute Month.
Yeah.
How's your writing because we're meant to have finished writing it by now.
Yeah.
And then we're going to start filming it for next week.
How's
yours going?
Mine's scripted, man.
Oh shit.
Yeah, fully finished writing it.
Oh.
How's yours?
I think I finally landed on an idea.
Yeah.
That I can improv. Like tonight is when I'm going to try and knuckle it all down.
Yeah.
But like I went through a number of different phases of trying to figure out what the fuck to do. And again, it's just that it's procrastination that we're trying to solve.
Yeah.
It's like solve procrastination, that hate crime, is to try and get out of your own way. And even when coming up with this Minute Month thing, my brain thinks up, I'll start daydreaming about like longer things. And they go, I can't do those. It's like, yeah, so stop thinking about those and start focusing on what it is you're actually going to do. And then my imagination runs away with me. And it's like, no, you just need sit down and focus on a fucking minute. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of good pressure being applied.
Yeah.
Of like feel myself being slowly knuckled down into a corner to actually do something productive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I've landed on something where I go like, okay, it's a simple idea. That's the thing. I described it ages ago. Like our idea of procrastination is if it's not going to be perfect, there's no point doing it.
Yeah.
So there is a feeling that what if I do a minute and it's not as good as I want it to be? You go like, well, who cares? Just do a minute.
Doesn't matter as long
all
as
you got
it's
to
there.
do is 1 minute.
Maybe your next one will be better because you've done that one.
It's a journey and not a destination.
Yeah. No.
Try and figure out what it is. But yeah, I think I've landed now on like the concept, the idea-ish, to keep it as simple as possible.
Yeah.
I can record something that is a minute long that is me writing something.
Yeah.
So that's where I've landed. How do you feel about yours?
Yeah, pretty good. Like in the last recording, which is confusing because it'll actually be airing in about 3 weeks' time.
The bonus episode.
Yeah. I'd mentioned that I'd landed on an idea, but I couldn't figure it out, and I wasn't sure if to start over or try and find another idea or two. But
But there was something in it you thought had potential.
Yeah.
And that was nagging at you, and you couldn't imagine what
I was. I was just missing a link that would have just kind of tied the end in properly, and it was just like a little eureka moment of just like finding a trope that was just like that will fit perfect. That's So no, it was good. I just pushed on with it and got it done. And it's it's a minute, so it's only like a page and a half of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I've thought of like, I could probably easily do a 15-second thing. You go like, but why not just do 4 15-second things? It's a minute. Just do whatever it is, and then it's about removing all excuses, and as you do that, more creep in, and it's just But yeah, I landed on the idea. I've now had that similar thing of like, I think there's something funny that I could do with this. I don't know what else it is yet, but it's like this. I think this is kind of the basic idea of what I want to do.
Yeah.
So just need to write it out and then record it this weekend, I guess. try and do it. But it's been fun writing it.
Yeah. It was good. I'm gonna go through another one or two times, just tightening and trying to make sure it's because that was the bit that I was always lazy about.
Yeah, redrafts.
Redrafts and retightening. But I think now that the actual intimidating thing of like, here's the actual whole thing like done. Now that's done. The rest of it should be easy. Yeah,
that's fair. And you'll be ready by next week.
Yeah. I just need to block out an afternoon to shoot it, and it'll be fine. Yeah.
Have you gone minimalistic?
It's
have you gone bigger than what you thought you might have done? As in, are you the only person within it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a good stimulus, I think, to keep it at. Just to be like, just try and keep it as simple, as doable as possible.
Yeah.
I was even thinking about doing like me playing 2 characters, and I was like, oh, that's work.
Yeah.
Let's keep it to 1 character. Just keep me.
Yeah.
Make it as small and unexcusable as possible.
Yeah.
Just try and make something cool out of it. But
it was one of those. I think we've both listened to like a lot of comics and stuff now, like you more so than me, and I definitely had that kind of eureka moment that just kind of made you kind of tie bits together, or it's just, you know what I mean?
Definitely. Like I had a similar thing about, I think a lot of my stuff a lot of stories I was trying to turn into comedy things would like, it sounded too boastful. Like they sounded like I was bragging about something, and really it's never been like that. It's always been like, I've put myself in that situation out of my own stupidity, not for some kind of valiance. Yeah. Like one night stands, and that would just, because I was too polite with a serial killer or whatever it was. I was just being too polite and not being like, oh yeah, let's do this, I'm a lad. It's like, no, I don't want to hurt your feelings. So I guess I'm here now. This is horrific. Yeah. So good progress.
Yeah. No, going well. Just need to, because I'm away for 4 days now, so I just need to.
All right. Yeah.
So it gives me Tuesday afternoon, maybe.
The day before.
Yeah. Cool. But we'll see.
Sweet, that's me this week.
Cool. All right, I'll play the thing. I can't hear it, but what the fuck?
Steve's collection of useless meanderings. Scum.
There you go. Yeah, I could hear it. There are cells in the human body called faggot cells. They cause leukemia.
Makes sense. Yeah. Not makes sense in a homosexual way, but it's like calling them bastards. They're bastards. Why? Because they cause leukemia. Bastards.
Why are you here?
Well, it's a type of meal, isn't it? Faggot is like it's a type
like pork
of meatball.
Faggots. Like, are they? Yeah.
I think they're just meatballs.
Yeah, something like that. I remember they were in a yellow box at the supermarket, and the brand was Mr. Brain.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's indicative of what's in them.
No, I think it's like a dish. Faggots is a dish.
Yeah.
So I think like if you went to a high class restaurant, they might serve you faggots. So maybe it's like congealed cells of some kind. Yeah. Maybe a chef was a doctor for a bit. You got leukemia, as I call it, duck à l'orange. Start naming causes of diseases just by like exotic foods. Pineapple. What's this? Sepsis. Oh, is sepsis a disease? Is that a condition? You can be septic, but you don't suffer. If you're septic, do you suffer from sepsis?
I don't know. I've never had it.
Also means 7, doesn't it? So maybe you're maybe like 7 seeps.
I don't know, man.
Greeks. Was it sept Greek? Roman. Hello,
Latin.
Romans. Might be
Latin.
Yeah, maybe
it's usually Latin.
It's usually them, isn't it?
Yeah.
They had good stories. They're the Greeks. No, Rome wasn't Greece, or was it? Are they close to each other? Yeah, Italy and Greece.
Italy and Greece are just like across the pond from each other, yeah.
Yeah, so ancient Greece and ancient Rome, if they're ancient, were all the ancients in the same time period?
Yeah, all in the ancient time.
Yeah, right. It's not like, ancient Mesopotamia. Is that in Mexico? Mesopotamia? I don't think it is.
I don't know.
There was an ancient
For some reason,
Mexico.
I thought Mesopotamia was like a dinosaur kind of thing. Not an actual dinosaur, but like how before the continent broke up, it was Pangea.
Yeah.
So like I thought Mesopotamia was like, but it's probably complete
There
bollocks.
were old Mexicans. I don't know if there was an ancient Mexico. Montezuma, was that ancient Mexico?
He's old. He's not ancient.
Yeah, ancient. The same reason that there's baptism in the Bible, there has to be.
Mm.
It doesn't make sense if there's not. But there also has to be, ancient has to be like before this time period.
Yeah, it's usually BC, but like, the Egyptians, all the good stuff that's come out of Egyptian history anyway has always been considered like ancient Egyptians. That's like 6,000 years ago or something.
You got like hipsters now. You don't have ancient hipsters. That's the period of time is the hipster time. You didn't have hipsters in the 1800s, right? I'm deadly serious.
I don't think you can be a hipster if you don't really have a good grasp on history, or at least on recent history.
Yeah.
So that's what a hipster is. It's someone who lives 20 years in the past, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
I play all my music on cassettes.
I just thought it was someone who spoke like this. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
It's the same thing.
Oh no, we do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like hipster coffee. Is coffee the way it was made like in the past?
No, probably not.
Hipster clothes.
Hipster clothes, yeah, because they all shop at charity shops and like wear like dad cardigans.
Right. And that was the fashion 20
They're
years
just
ago.
shit people.
Yeah, and you can't be an ancient hipster. Same way you can't be you can't be an ancient generation X. Are we Generation X, I think,
No.
I think so, or Generation Y.
I don't know what we are. I thought we were millennials.
Oh no, I saw someone make who was it? Eliza Schlesinger made this claim, and she's like a little bit older than, like around the same age that we are.
Yeah.
So she's a millennial. So I don't think so. We didn't grow up in.
Well, it was
millennium.
Anyone.
It was
anyone,
like 87 or 86.
Yeah,
like,
anyone born
so.
from like 86 onwards, I think.
But you don't
85.
absorb culture when you're 13, 14, do you? I guess some people could argue that you do.
Yeah.
But I reckon it's like 5 to 10.
You were growing up at the turn of the millennium. I think that's about what it is.
Maybe. But when, 90s culture didn't end in 99.
No.
Millennial culture,
No, it was not like a
spin-off.
sudden kind of like, and now the 2000s.
Yeah, and I'd say I got more cultural influence like by the age of 13 than I did from 13 to 16. Because that's when you get all hormonal and things change. I don't know, you could probably argue both ways. Yeah. But I never felt like a millennial.
No, I definitely got more influence like 13 to 16.
Limp Bizkit.
Music-wise and everything like that. Like
it might just be something as simple as that. Just like the music that we listen to all came out in like the 90s and then started in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, maybe it's just we got stuck in that.
Yeah. All right.
What would be a millennial? Somebody who's on Facebook all the time. That's it.
Yeah. Well, it's been stereotyped as people that moan a lot.
Maybe.
And that are too sensitive,
people
snowflakey, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't think there was anyone political, really. At least when I was growing up.
No.
There was musically political, like people listening to Rage Against the Machine going, yeah. That was about it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
At one point in the 90s, 50% of all compact discs were produced by AOL.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Did you
people
have
were
like?
buying it.
I think I had like. We probably had like 15 or 20 of those stupid fucking AOL free trial discs in our house.
No, my neighbour had AOL, and he used to go around his, and then we used to go in the chat room and talk to weird people.
Yeah.
And then that became illegal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Well, you used to do stupid little kiddie prank stuff. You used to prank phone people.
Yeah.
Phone prank.
Oh, so you didn't go on AOL?
No, we did.
Oh, you did.
But only around his house, because then I think we did stupid conversations on that. But yeah, one of our rituals was to go to a nearby phone box and call someone and be like, "Excuse me, do you have a face like a fish?" And they'd be like, "What?" "Excuse me, do you have a face like a fish?" The stupid things like that. And they'd be like, "Yes, I do actually." Like, oh. That and like scream at learner drivers, because there used to be learner drivers in our neighbourhood all the time. So we just like stand on street corners and stare at them.
To be a child.
Yeah, to the point where like, I think we made signs at one point that said, "Whatever you do, don't stall." And then we just stare at them, and then they'd stall. We'd be like, run away. And played computer games.
Yeah.
But like, there was an element of that as well.
Just to ruin a minute of someone's day.
No, you see, that would make my day great. It's seeing something that shouldn't exist in the world. What are these kids doing? They're telling learner drivers not. They're kind of encouraging learner drivers. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Fucking do it. Yeah. And order chips.
Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character.
Fair enough.
I've not added those up at all.
No.
No.
Well, like that stampede in Lion King took a few. Must have done.
Yeah,
Famous stampede
that makes
killed
sense.
his dad.
Well, yeah, like a herd of buffaloes.
Yeah.
Bison, buffalo.
Well, I don't know. What about
What were they?
Pinocchio? That whale. Must have. I guess it's human lives.
Yeah.
Like, because that whale probably ate a lot of krill.
Krill lives matter.
Yeah, I guess it must be people.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen Mulan, even though Eddie Murphy's in
It's
it.
good.
Is it?
Yeah, I quite liked it.
I don't know. I think that's around when I stopped
It's a bit too late for you.
watching. Yeah.
Yeah.
As in, like Lilo and Stitch came out in the cinemas, and I think
I only saw
and I
that
was
the
like,
other year. It was okay.
Don't know.
Again, I think
was
it's
before that. I think.
Yeah, Mulan was a bit before that. Yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but yeah, she
Good songs.
kills a lot of people.
Yeah, kills the most people apparently of any Disney princess.
Yeah, kills more
Any
people
Disney
than
character.
kills more
Yeah.
people than Shere Khan.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's yeah.
oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
Kills more people than Hades.
That's pretty impressive. Hades was great. Who was Hades? He's amazing.
James Woods.
James Woods.
He's amazing.
Yeah, the guy just turned up in stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in Grand Theft Auto. All right, fair enough. James Woods. He's a Family Guy. He's in The Simpsons.
Yeah.
James Woods is James Woods. Yeah, fair enough. Go Mulan.
Yeah. Binky the polar bear lived in Alaska Zoo where he mauled 2 visitors who jumped over the safety rails on separate occasions. After the maulings, Binky merchandise was sold with the slogan, "Send another tourist, this one got away."
Yes. Yes. Well done.
Yes.
This is good.
Turn that PR around.
Yes.
It's perfect.
Oh, you can't do that. Yeah.
No, you can. These people jumped the fence into a polar bear captivity.
I think that's all
Just
PC.
a little cuddly polar bear.
It's not PC culture. I guess it. Jesus Christ, I'm soaking wet. I'm wringing sweat.
It's alright. We've only got one more.
I think that's all PC culture or people offended by PC culture. People who say PC's gone too far. That's all they mean.
Yeah.
It's just like, just chill the fuck out. Like, it's all just a joke.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's true. He killed people.
Yeah.
Why? Because they killed themselves by jumping into his pit.
That's technically suicide.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, it would be attempted suicide if they survived. Had to be.
Yeah.
Because they jumped over the fence.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah.
On 2 separate occasions. 2 people thought, this is a good idea.
Yeah, well, if he's only killed one,
Yeah.
he's not going to kill again.
The only thing that's shit about it is that they, after the second one, they made the fences higher so people couldn't get in. And I'm just be like, no, just keep going. Just let these people in.
Save money on
Thin
food.
the fucking herd. Let's get some good people in society. We'll be sorted.
But yeah, I guess, because the only reason they would do that is to try and mollycoddle people a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it's like, if the polar bear got out, then it's their responsibility. But if people got in, like, people will do anything if you give them enough ambition.
Yeah.
They'll get into any polar bear cage if they parachute in from the... That's a great idea. I wonder if there must be... there must be baptisms in the Bible, right?
Right.
There must also be like a law that you can't do parachute jumps near safari parks.
Probably.
within a certain amount of knots. Whatever from the sky.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it would have to be that controlled.
And hot
You
air
can't just
balloons
land
as
anywhere.
well. But like, that's the thing. Like, you've got no control with a hot air balloon.
Yeah,
You
fucking
don't know where you're
pelican can come
going.
along. Stay away from pelicans, you balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah, there must be. That makes sense. I'd agree with that.
I imagine so. Yeah.
But yeah. Being creative, i.e., this zoo that marketed the murder of tourists.
Yeah.
It's creative. It's
perfect.
Fun. Yeah,
that is the exact right thing to do.
It's creativity being allowed.
Yeah,
that's what it is. And
yeah,
if you're trying, and that's the whole thing about people offended by that kind of thing is you're just trying to stifle creativity.
Yeah,
whether like rap battles or roast battles, it's people being creative by being incredibly offensive to each other, but they're being creative. It's a good energy. It's just good. Just chill the fuck out.
Yeah, and also it means that like Binky doesn't get like demonized. It's just like
Binky the demon.
Like, oh, he's a bit
he's a bit murdery. Yeah. But he's still soft and cuddly and squeaks. I like white people. What do you mean? Kill them.
And finally, the world's largest book was lost by the city of Cleveland. It was called the Golden Book of Cleveland and was as large as a mattress. It was misplaced in 1936.
Whoops.
I don't know how you lose a book the size of a mattress.
When's the last time you misplaced your mattress?
Mate, it's in someone's house somewhere. Someone's sitting there, like, with it next to them.
Trying
since
to read
1936, and it's been passed down from his granddad. Like, what the fuck am I going to do with this?
Yeah, I'd like to move house, but I can't because the doorway's blocked by the world's biggest book.
I need a 4-bed. Make sure that the book has a bedroom.
Would you like me to read you a bedtime story? Yeah. Don't bring in the book.
Turn the page!
All together now. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, we all...
It's a big book of Cleveland. It's like, the precious metals found in Cleveland. This book's boring.
Yeah.
Probably not even a good book. You couldn't get that published anywhere.
No.
It has to be very specific.
It'd have to be like handmade.
Yeah. Like a monk.
Yeah.
Make you that book. And then you'd have to sleep on it. Stop sleeping on that book.
Yeah. Right. We're an hour and 12 into this.
I knew it was going to be hot.
This
is something else.
We're done now. We're at the end.
As in this, I've just been sprayed with water.
I'm not touching it.
No, I'm not asking you to.
Okay, fair enough.
But I'm just surprised at how much moisture is fucking in this shirt now. It's insane.
I'm all right.
Yeah, but you had a hot shower before you
Yeah.
I was stupid and had a cold shower for some reason. I was the one talking about hate crimes.
Yeah.
Like, none of this is going to come out right. You know, there's people who say they've been the victim of a hate crime. Well, they should have a hate crime.
Yeah.
I don't mean that. Just accept that what you're talking about holds weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, air conditioning isn't a hate crime.
No.
Just to say
it's
it
not.
one more time.
Okay.
And nobody deserves to have a hate crime upon them.
Okay.
If you have, though, subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because that would be good. We want more hate crime victims on.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yes, fucking hot. Blame it on the heat.
And buy more Binky merchandise.
Yeah, keep Binky
Yeah.
in a lower than needed cage.
Yeah.
If you could.
I am at Sing It Steve.
Yeah, I'm at Nick Snip.
We are wisdom@pullingteethpodcast.com on the email.
Yeah, we're at Pulling Teeth Pod on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, and you can find us on Facebook, join the group, chat,
Yeah.
talk. Find us on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, and all that stuff, and leave us a review on iTunes.
Yeah, that would be great if you want to help us out in any way.
Yeah.
More than welcome to. If not, we're going to do it anyway.
That's the tag, isn't it?
That's the only way I feel good about it. It's
Yeah.
like, if you don't want to, fine. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. We're not going to be upset about it.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, hey, if you want to help, if you want to show your support, go do that. But if not, enjoy it.
Right. That's enough.
Misinterpret our hate crime.
This is enough. That's way too hot. We're going now. Bye.